Welcome one and all, in here, out there, all around the world, to The Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. Ladies and gentlemen. Whew. Oh, my goodness. This is an historic week here in New York City, and not just because in the last 3 days, this city broke the Guinness record for most swamp ass. Yesterday. Everybody got a talcum powder at home? Good. Yesterday, here's why. Yesterday, in a stunning upset, Democratic Socialist Zohran Mamdani won the Democratic mayoral primary. That's extraordinary. That's extraordinary. Mamdani is now on track to become the city's first South Asian mayor, first Muslim mayor, and the youngest mayor in over a century. Wow. Youngest mayor, unless, of course, you count the star of the hit 90s show, Teen Giuliani. This city stinks, and so does homework. Is that Merlot? I've never tried this before. Ooh, my cousin is really hot.
Oh, God.
That joke is based on a true story. Google it. Now, to put this victory into perspective, back in February, Mamdani was polling at 1%, and he was up against Big Money's favorite candidate, former New York governor and guy at the diner who hasn't blinked in an hour, Andrew Cuomo. Between his... They're not booing, they're just going, Cuomo. Between his campaign and his billionaire-backed super PACs, Cuomo raised over $36 million, while Mamdani relied largely on volunteers and a relentlessly positive campaign based on issues that affect everyday New Yorkers, like freezing the rent, no-cost childcare, and free buses. Sounds pretty good. And I, for one, cannot wait to get my free bus. I'm gonna paint mine like the Scooby-Doo Mystery Machine and then fight ghost crime. According to experts, with this message, Mamdani generated excitement among minority groups and electrified younger voters, while older voters still run on diesel. It turns out, so this is one of the biggest surprises. This election wasn't close. As of right now, Mamdani is ahead of Cuomo by over 7 points. Do you know? 7 points. Wow. Do you know how hard it is in New York City to be that far away from another person? Wow. Take a look at this map. Mamdani won decisively in Manhattan, Brooklyn, and Queens, while Andrew Cuomo won Staten Island, the Bronx, and the secret 6th borough of Groper's Island. And it's not what it sounds like. It was named after Emanuel Groper, a Dutch colonial farmer who enjoyed touching his employees. Last night, Mamdani gave his victory speech, and you could feel the momcitement.
My friends, we have done it. I will be your Democratic nominee for the mayor of New York City. In the words of Nelson Mandela, it always seems impossible until it is done.
Inspiring words, and it's what I tell myself every time I fold a fitted sheet. And then at a certain point, I say, screw it, and crumple it into a ball. Even though the race isn't technically over, thanks to ranked choice voting in New York, Cuomo conceded.
Tonight was not our night. Tonight was Assemblyman Mamdani's night, and he put together a great campaign, and he touched young people.
That can't be easier for Cuomo to admit. Because touching young people, kind of his brand. Allegedly. Other candidates were quick to celebrate Cuomo's defeat, like Comptroller Brad Lander, who had some choice words for the governor.
Andrew Cuomo is in the past. He is not the present or future of New York City. Good f***ing riddance.
Whoa, Mr. Comptroller, you know the rules, sir. That's a quarter in the comptroller swear jar, okay? This is the city's pension fund. Now, this may be a local race, but Mamdani's primary win is being seen as a seismic moment for the left and a stunning upset against the Democratic Party establishment by younger, more progressive Democrats like Mamdani, about whom Senator Bernie Sanders said, "He ran a strong grassroots campaign around a progressive agenda that go together. You cannot run a grassroots campaign unless you excite people. You cannot excite people unless you have something to say. Whether the current Democratic leadership is prepared to learn that lesson or not, I have no idea, probably not. They're probably more willing to go down with the Titanic than to move in a new direction. And the new, listen, my friends, come on, listen up. Come on. Here's the deal. The new Democratic Party will not go down with the Titanic. The new Democratic Party must be like Rose, and there's only room for her on that door, even though she loved Jack very much because of how hot things got there in the car where her hand goes up on the glass at the end. I'm telling you, folks, it got so steamy in there, they weren't just making love, they were making soup. Now, long walk to soup. The long walk to soup. Soup. Mamdani now heads to the general election against current Mayor Eric Adams, seen here modeling his magic eye blazer. Adams has already announced that he's running as an independent in November, and yesterday he released another video on his key issue, rats.
When there's something strange with 4 rodents running around in your neighborhood, who you gonna call?
The rat czar.
I'm sorry, when there's something strange with 4 rodents running around in your neighborhood, the lyrics have got to at least try to fit the song. When there are rats that you see, and you see the rats in your house, and you think, hey, I don't like them, those rats are really big. Hey, Macarena. What else? Oh, staying here in the Big Apple, it's New York Pride Week. Woo. This is the time of year. This, my friends, this is the time of year when we celebrate the LGBTQ community, and also when my kids tell me to stop saying, "Slay the house down, Boots." Yes, mama. This year marks the 55th anniversary of the first Pride March, which was held in June of 1970. I was only 6 years old at the time, but I do remember seeing pictures and thinking, wow, those pretty ladies sure are tall. In the 1970s, gay activism was on the rise, and gay culture was more visible. Who can forget when Richard Nixon said this?
"I am not a twink."
Pride is both a celebration and a protest. And in the last few years, Pride marches have become really big business, raking in millions of dollars for their host cities. And when corporations heard all those cha-chings, they jumped in with McDonald's parade floats and Marvel-branded merch and even advertising tie-ins, like in 2022 when Burger King introduced a Pride Whopper with 2 equal buns, either 2 top buns or 2 bottom buns. But ever since Donald Trump started viciously attacking the LGBTQ community, those same companies have now gone silent. corporate sponsors are now pulling back their Pride support because, as one corporate insider said, they never know if day to day they'll be targeted. Wow, not knowing if you'll be targeted must be so hard for those companies. I can't imagine how difficult it must have been for them to come out to their parents as companies.
Come on.
Some corporations,
Come on.
some corporations, hey, I'm a company. Some corporations are trying to fly under Trump's radar with toned-down Pride merch, a fashion trend some are calling cowardcore. Some of these pride-shy products can be found at Target, like this oatmeal-colored hoodie with nothing about pride on it except the drawstrings that read, "Out loud and proud." That is so subtle that you're less likely to think the person is gay than you are to assume that they are oatmeal. Target's also selling this Pride tank top, which has a teensy little rainbow right there. Wow, that seems weird. But, you know, it's actually quite useful if you're still, you know, trying to figure it out, you know. What do I think here? Gay? Not gay. Not gay. Gay? Not gay. Bi? Maybe. I don't know. Figure it out later. I'll figure it out later. Doesn't matter. Whatever. Whatever. I say, if you're going to be this nervous about supporting the LGBTQ community, why not just sell a plain black T-shirt? No rainbows, no fun slogans, just someone at the factory whispers the word lesbian into it. We got a great show for you tonight. Michael C. Hall is here, but when we come back, I'll be talking to CNN's Clarissa Ward